I look like I have sleepy eyes, it's because it's 6 o'clock in the morning. I haven't drank my coffee yet. I'm supposed to be watering my tomatoes, but I can't stop staring at my flowers. How could you not want to stare at these? They're beautiful. It's the Queen series. I have all the colors, I'm pretty sure. I have Queen Lime Red, Queen Lime Peach, Queen Lime Orange. I love them all. I mean, who doesn't get mesmerized by their zinnias? I have a 90-foot row, plus some probably 100 feet of zinnias, and they're just now starting. Like, a lot of them haven't even started to put on blooms, but some of them are getting their first blooms, and they're just putting on a show, and how could you not want to stare at it? Okay, now I really do have to water. I'm not gonna lie, when I planned this garden, I thought I was only thinking about beauty standards, and on any normal year we get enough rain typically that you really, I didn't drag enough hose, you really only have to water your garden a few times, especially if you mulch well and keep the moisture in. And this is kind of a low spot in the field, which I thought was gonna work out great because, like, it's gonna retain moisture well. And of course not. My first year in this new garden space, much bigger than I had ever had in the past. And my area, just like much of the country, is in a drought, which is very not normal for Indiana in June. But there's nothing I can do about it now. I'm having to drag lots of feet of hose multiple times a week. But the trade-off is homegrown food, and I'll take it any day, I guess. I get to get out in the morning. If you look at it on the bright side, okay, let's try this. Instead of looking at it negatively, I get to come out when the rest of the house is asleep and have peace and quiet other than the roosters crowing, which I don't mind. And this is a time where I try to think about what I'm thankful for, not, my brain is very easy to turn the other way. I've always been a dreamer. I figured out that I'm never going to be quite satisfied with anything, and I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing, because I'm always thinking of the next project, the next thing I want to do, the next big, but then you get lost in it and you forget that you literally were looking forward to this part for years. And I don't want to worry about the next part, which there is a reason why I'm not satisfied here, and I will tell that in a video at some point, but it's not right now. The drama, the tea. No, just kidding. Actually, kind of drama. But now I will tell you how I water. I only brought my handheld tripod, so bear with me. But I've got no end on my hose, and I'm just holding it on each tomato plant for about 10 seconds. I'm trying to deeply water them which takes a while. But when you have 200 plants at 10 seconds each, plus the time it takes to drag all the hose, I can't do math, but I'm gonna guess that's a bit of time. Some of my tomatoes look really good, look normal, healthy, and some are so curled and sad. But I mean, it's not like I don't know why. It's been like 90 heat index, 100 for like the whole month of June almost, except for like a couple weird days when it was like cold in the middle of the heat wave. I don't know. It is just a weird weather year and you've just got to adapt. I mean, it's not like I'm not still gonna get food off of all these plants. They're just not gonna look right now as beautiful and Instagram-ish as I would like. But you know what? I'm gonna be honest. None of my life in real life is pretty. Like, even on Instagram, like, I try to share the real parts, not just the pretty parts. And honestly, no part of this farm is super pretty right now. When we bought it, it literally looked like a dump. The people had, I mean, garbage, and we're still picking up trash. They had like old cars, barrels of oil, trash. Our woods was full of junk that they just dumped. So, I mean, realistically, it's not like we jumped into this with a clean slate. We're just now cleaning the slate. Like, it's taken this much time to start to clean it all up. And but I will tell you, I'm really starting to see differences now. And I'll have to show you guys sometime, but we have like an old shooting range in our woods that's been here for probably 20 years or so, but it like looks like an old western town. It's cute. There's a group of old guys that they call themselves the Cowboy Association. But they come and they dress up in their like little old western clothes and they shoot guns back there. They're like old pistols and stuff. The first Sunday of every month, which is right now, today, the first Sunday. I'm sure they don't want to be on camera or I'd show you. Also, I'm too shy to ask them that. So whenever they come, they're always commenting about how great everything looks here. And I'm looking around like this. It looks like a disaster. But I guess compared to what it used to look like, we've made some progress. Two tomato rows down, one to go. Okay, I'm down to the last things that I'm watering for the morning. I've got like a short row of a second succession of rattlesnake pole beans. I've got my second succession of some summer squash and my second succession of cucumbers. I'm really worried, you guys, that I did not plant enough cucumbers this year. Last year I had so many they were coming out of my ears, so I was like, okay, Kim, don't plant that many this year. And now I'm kind of regretting it because I make homemade pickles, like a few different kinds because my family loves pickles actually. So I make a sweet dill, a dill, and bread and butter, which I probably won't make bread and butter this year because we liked the other two better. But now I'm really worried that I'm not gonna have enough cans to last us till next year, which I still have a bunch in the basement, so I guess it's fine. But does anybody else look at their garden and panic thinking that they didn't grow enough, and then by the time the harvest comes in, you're like, you grew plenty, but it never seems like enough? That's me. I always panic. Sounds like the boys are up. Are you awake now? If you hear beeping in the background, we're making slight progress on our swimming pond slash permaculture pond, because we could use the water for whatever we wanted if there was an emergency. What are you drinking? Oh. The dog's behind me. I didn't know Evie had brought out a special ice water for the hot doggies. It's hot out. Sitting on the porch on this warm afternoon. It is really pretty out though. The kids are arguing per usual. They're playing with water balloons, but somebody's always mad when they get hit, so I don't know why they think it's fun still. But I am going to do my honey garlic I was going to do the other day because one of my husband's co-workers came over and used our shooting range, so that's a video that I want to show you guys. We have this like cool old western town in the woods. It's not really a town, it's like storefronts. Hey you guys, can you go over there and do it? Because I'm talking. Thank you. But I got my hands on some good raw garlic, plus an outlet. I've been wanting to get into bees. There's someone really sweet who always comments on my videos. It makes me, you guys, it makes me feel special every time because I don't know you guys and you guys always have nice things to say. So thank you. But they must have bees because there's bees in their name and their picture is a bee. But I would really like to get into bees. There's no one around me that I know who does any and I don't know how to start. But this guy came over yesterday, a really nice guy, and he used our shooting range. In exchange for that, which we didn't ask for anything, we were just gonna let him use it. In exchange for that, I got a nice quart. Look how pretty and dark and beautiful this is, of raw honey. So now I can make my honey garlic. But he also, his dad and brother are the ones that do the bees, so he's full of knowledge, and he said that I could come over anytime and learn, and they would sell me a whole, whatever I needed to start, like the hive and the queen and I need to do some research. So if you guys know, I love to read books, like I love to learn. I'm like a lifelong learner. I like to learn whatever I can. I'm constantly reading something or watching a video about something. Learning skills that I didn't have before. But if you guys know of any good like beekeeping books, I really like books with pictures. Not to sound like a child, but it just keeps you interested. Plus I'm like a visual learner, so I like to read, but I like to see what they're talking about. Let me know. But I will be back. I'm having a mommy moment. But after I peel these, I will show you how to make honey garlic. Okay, I'm back and I've got a bunch of cloves in the bottom of this jar. Now, the thing about this is that the honey and the garlic are going to ferment together. Like, obviously honey never goes bad, but this being garlic is gonna infuse in this and ferment at the same time. So it's already really good for you because both garlic and honey are great for your immune system, and so these together are like a superfood. Obviously, oh, it smells delicious. The honey is going to be thick, but you want to make sure it's coated. You also want to use a bigger jar than you think that you're going to need, because this is going to create like liquids and gases as it ferments. So you want to make sure, like if I fill it up, the honey up to here, I have plenty of headspace for this to get a little bit bigger. You wouldn't want to overflow. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see. You wouldn't want to overflow this. Oh. Okay. So you can see it's all in there. you're gonna wanna you can just use one of your old tops. This says ketchup. I make my own ketchup. It's really delicious and not full of sugar and corn syrup like regular ketchup is. I'm gonna be doing, now I'm sticky because I wasn't paying attention and I spilled it everywhere. I'm gonna be doing lots of canning videos this summer whenever the tomatoes start rolling in. Then what you're gonna wanna do is flip it, make sure your lid is on really tight and flip it over. Just to make sure that all the garlic is gonna get coated in honey. And then you're gonna wanna sit it someplace that you're gonna remember, but in a cool, dark, like out of direct sunlight. So I'm gonna sit mine in the corner of my kitchen, because if I put it in a cabinet or I put it in my pantry, let's be honest, I'm not gonna remember that it's there. You're gonna wanna flip it for about a week or so, just to make sure everything is coated really good. But after you flip it, you're going to wanna crack the top. So you don't have to take the top off, but like unscrew it, because like you would ferment anything else, this is gonna create gases and bubbles and stuff, and you might need to burp it once in a while. But after about a week, you won't have to think about it anymore. You can put it in your pantry at that time. I suggest you write a date on it, because if you're anything like me, you won't remember when you did that. And you're gonna wanna wait about 3 months. I know it's hard. Just put it somewhere that you forget, actually. Set a timer on your phone. That's the only way that I can live, is if I'm like, hey Siri, set a timer for blah, 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 because I don't remember anything anytime. But after you let it sit for about 3 months, your honey garlic will be ready to use. You could use the cloves. You could put them in a salad dressing, in your stir-fry recipe, in just on the side of your dinner. You could use the honey the same way in a salad dressing, just by itself. This is going to be an amazing natural kind of antibiotics. If you felt a sickness coming on, you could take a spoonful of this honey or a clove of garlic out of here as often as you can think about it, so like 4 or 5 times a day, and it will help fight off whatever sickness that you're dealing with and help you get it over with faster, or if you're lucky, not really have it at all, just the beginning phase. But I know I've been spouting this in all my recent videos, but the time to prepare for cold and flu season, because it's inevitable, especially if you have children, because I'm pretty sure if I didn't have kids, I would never get sick. They always bring it home to me. The best time to prepare for that is now. I'm going to be harvesting elderberry this fall, so I'm going to make lots of elderberry recipes. You can also infuse elderberry in honey. That's a really good one. Elderberry syrup, jelly, everything I can do to naturally protect my family from sicknesses, I'm going to do, because if you are on a farm like I am, you don't have time to be sick. I hope you guys try this. This would actually, I was thinking earlier, I was sitting on the porch, I was like, this would be a great Christmas present, because first of all, it looks pretty. You could put it in a little jelly jar with like a cutesy top. It would look so cute. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to try my best to continue to put out videos every single day of July. So come back tomorrow and look for my newest video. But until next time, thanks for watching.